Good morning, everyone. I'm Monica Coleman. Happy Saturday morning. Today is July 30th, and thank you for joining us. This weekend in our new studio, you see it, it's like a kid in a candy store for me. We have so much planned in this new studio, and we're so glad that you are here joining us today. Cruising is back in the capital city. The measure that has impacted low riders across Sacramento since 1988 was overturned back in May, but yesterday, the last no cruising signs came down. The new school year began Friday for Stockton Unified School District. Students and staff are back at Stag High after a deadly attack just months ago. The people who died in a violent crash in Rio Vista have now been identified. People in Amador County are coming together to support the workers who lost their jobs to a devastating lumber mill fire earlier this week. In a matter of hours, the Ampine Mill in the community of Martell burned down, leaving more than 140 employees without a job. A swim team in Fair Oaks is searching for answers after thousands of dollars in equipment was stolen. It could have had a devastating impact on the upcoming season. ABC 10's Jay Kim has the story. A GoFundMe page has been created to help replace the trailer along with the stolen and damaged equipment. You can find it on the link section of our website, abc10.com. Friday's Mega Million Dollar finally has a winner. That news is according to the AP and the Mega Millions website. Offshore drilling is a big concern for most Californians. That is according to a new poll from the Public Policy Institute. The survey found that 3 in 10 Californians feel water supply and drought is the top environmental issue. And now to the firefight in California. This morning, the Oak Fire near Yosemite is now at 48% containment. Almost all of the evacuation orders have been lifted, but sadly, more than 100 homes and buildings have been destroyed. Curbing the spread of monkeypox is becoming a top priority in California and around the country. Although anyone can be infected, the virus is spreading mostly among men who have sex with men, creating a situation similar to that of the HIV/AIDS epidemic in the 80s. But some say that's not enough. State lawmakers like Senator Scott Wiener want a state of emergency declared for all of the state. And now it's on the federal government to be flexible with the use of COVID-19 designated funds so that they can also be used for monkeypox prevention. ABC 10's Morgan Reiner has that report. Now to the fight against COVID-19. The BA.5 variant continues to increase across the nation, and the White House is preparing to release new booster shots that target the variant. And this morning, 10 million Americans across several states under flood watches. Overnight, a state of emergency declared in Las Vegas and a disaster declaration in Kentucky. The deadly flash flooding causing historic and widespread damage. Gas prices are looking a lot nicer this morning. But before we get there, let's talk about our business headlines at this hour. Home prices may not be coming down much yet, but inflation and supply chain troubles taking a bite out of Apple's profits. The company says they fell in the most recent quarter by 10% compared to last year. Despite revenues going up 2%, the iPhone is still the big earner for Apple. Its sales were up 3%. August 5th marks 10 years since the mass shooting at a Sikh temple in Wisconsin that killed 6 and injured 4 others. ABC 10's Candace Red shares how the Sikh community here in California is honoring the lives lost. The Sikh Motorcycle Club will stop in Arizona during the road trip as well. Welcome back to ABC 10 Weekend Mornings. I'm Monica Coleman. If you're keeping an eye on the time, it's 9:28. It's a nice morning, so let's go right outside to the forecast with Devin Truby. Americans use 9 billion gallons of water a day just for lawns. Now imagine if that water went to making food or wildlife habitat. Not everything green in our gardens is good for the planet, but you can change that. In this Climate Minute, ABC's Ginger Z shares some simple tips for an eco-friendly garden. The LA City Council meeting to decide whether to extend a controversial eviction moratorium, renters fearing they'll be left out on the streets because they can't pay their rent. While apartment owners say it's time to end the moratorium because they need to pay their bills as well. Reporter Rob Hayes has that story. And this morning, a World War II Postal Service hero is being honored after making sure every letter to someone's loved one made it to its rightful place. Here's ABC's David Muir. And if you haven't gone, what are you waiting for? This is your last weekend to enjoy the State Fair. It showcases the best of all things California, and monkeypox is spreading throughout the gay community in many U.S. cities. Brandon Lewis from our National Verified team explains why that does not mean it's a sexually transmitted disease. Time to hit the back roads. This week, John Bartell takes us to a landfill in Madera County to dig up some Ice Age fossils. Welcome back to Weekend Mornings. Let's jump right into the recap of today's top stories. It was a joyous day for the lowrider community after the last no cruising signs came down on Broadway Street. Scientists in Belgium are investigating one farmer's claim that the right music can benefit the mood of pigs. The farmer says he first noticed the pigs responding to music when his son was singing. That led him to make a playlist for the pigs to listen to throughout the day. He plays energetic tunes when he wants them to be active and lullabies for the end of the day. Just like babies, right? You play them the right tunes and they'll sleep or they'll wake up and be a lot of fun. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you right back here tomorrow morning, Sunday, at ABC 10 Weekend Mornings.